Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and I'm here with some problem solvers. I have so many great products that I use to solve different problems that I have, and I hope they'll be helpful to you. Frizzy hair is a problem for many of us, and I have found this product from Wow. I love it. It's called Pop and Lock. It's a high gloss for your hair, but it also blocks out the humidity. Being here in Florida, I face humidity every day. We're getting to warmer weather, and my hair instantly goes to frizz. As you can see, this is like a gel with a little bit of sparkle in it. I love the glisten that it adds to my hair, and it helps with the frizz. Hair breakage can be a real issue for many of us, especially those of us that have a little bit longer hair. So I love my Olaplex. This is what I use. It builds the bond in my hair. My hair is so much stronger than it used to be. It doesn't break off like it used to. So I do this at home. It's so easy. You just put it in your hair, leave it on for 20 minutes, rinse it out, and then wash your hair as usual. This isn't a conditioner. They do have a conditioner, and I use that, the number 8, but this is the bond builder. I really love it. I think it's what's given my hair a lot of strength. It also smooths it out. It helps with the frizz. When I use this for my curly hair, it adds a little more curl to it. If you have straight hair, it'll make it a lot smoother. If you're struggling with wrinkles, welcome to the club. I'm one of the members, and my favorite thing to do is Gua Sha. That has helped me so much. I love this new tool I found. It's around $16. It's very comparable in the look of it, at least, to a tool that's online for $65. I love the little jaggedy edge here. You can use that right in the forehead lines. That's one of my problem areas. I use this part of the tool, the pointier part, to work the middle if you have 11s, or like me, a line down the center. It's really helpful. You can use this edge for under the eyes. So this tool is just amazing. I even use it on my arms. I take my arms, put some oil on, and just go up the arm. I'm using it in sort of the bat wing area to tighten that. This is amazing. I also love the set that I've shown many times. I love the little fish shape tool for under the eye. If you're struggling with your jawline not looking as defined, I don't think I've ever used anything better than these tools. You can lay it right in the jawline and go up in that area. If you're wanting to sculpt the cheeks a little more, you can take the tip here and go right under the cheekbone like this. It's great for puffy under eyes. So these little tools are my favorite for wrinkles. If you're looking for an inexpensive cream for fine lines and wrinkles, I like the one from RoC, their Retinol Correction. This is their deep wrinkle filler. And this is a very nice cream. I've had no reaction to it, no sensitivity. And I know that Dr. Dre recently talked about stronger products aren't necessarily better. That's been my life experience. Anytime I've been on tretinoin, I've looked like a train wreck. My face is red. You got peeling skin everywhere. This has been so gentle yet effective and so affordable. If you struggle with discoloration on your lids and you're looking for an eyeshadow primer that will cover that up, I love this one from Ulta Beauty. Again, so affordable. It's their matte eye primer. I love this. It's worked great. It holds onto my shadows. It blends nicely. It is a cream. I just put it on a thin layer, let it dry for a minute, and then go in with my shadows. So beautiful and so affordable. If you're struggling with your skin looking dull, which I feel like my skin by the end of the week, if I've not done any exfoliating, it starts to look dull. So recently, StriVectin sent me a product, and I've never used anything from StriVectin, but I've heard great reviews, so I was very eager to try it and share my thoughts with you. And this is their Pro GlowFoliant. Now, what's so interesting about this product as opposed to other exfoliants I've tried? First of all, I love the packaging because they include a little spoon right in the lid. So there's these little crystals in here. What's so unique is you can take any face wash you already have and put this into it. So what I do is I take my Aveeno, and you take the little spoon that they give you and just put about this much in your hand, and what a beautiful exfoliation you get on the face. My skin looked fresh. Some exfoliators will irritate my skin. This did not. Just apply a very gentle texture to it. I just used my fingers. I didn't use any kind of brush or anything. And then I just rinsed it off. It really did look like I had had microdermabrasion. I have had microdermabrasion before, and I love the look. My skin looked really fresh, but one treatment would cost more than this does. This, even though I've used it several times, it looks like I haven't touched it. So I have a feeling this is going to last me a very long time. I will give you updates on this product, but I feel like when I was done, my fine lines looked diminished, my skin looked very smooth, and it was great and ready for makeup application. If you are prone to hyperpigmentation, then one of the most important things to do is use sunscreen every day. And even if you're not, we know that that's the #1 anti-aging product. Many of you have asked me, have you tried the sunscreen from DRMTLGY? You know that I have very sensitive skin and many sunscreens will give me a rash. So I have to be really careful about what I try. But I tried it, I purchased it myself, amazing. I love it. Now this is tinted. And when I put it on, for me, the tinting is not enough. It would be enough if I were just running to the beach or something like that, but to go to work, I want more coverage. I want a foundation on, and I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing just this. But what I love about it, it's so smooth. It blended in quickly into my skin. I was able to go right on with my makeup. So I almost felt like I didn't need any primer, that my sunscreen would be my primer for my makeup. And that's what I've done today. I have no primer on. I just applied the DRMTLGY first, and then the foundation I'm going to share with you. But I am so impressed with this, so I want to thank all of you that recommended it. Let's talk about foundation. Foundation is one of those tricky things to buy as we mature because we don't want it maybe too thin, but we don't want it too thick. So it gets very problematic as you get older because you're working with fine lines, maybe sagging skin, those types of things. So you have to be a little more strategic. I wanted to try this one from Makeup Forever. I haven't used their foundation in forever. I used to buy it before I went onto YouTube, which is almost 8 years ago. I was buying it frequently because I felt like, oh, it's so long lasting. I put it on and I would come home from school and my makeup would look the same. But as I test out so many foundations, I just got away from it. Well, they came out with their new HD Skin, and I have to say, I'm in love with it. I would call this a satin finish. It's not dewy and shiny like the Charlotte Tilbury, which I've bought recently. It gives better coverage than that one does. So if you have hyperpigmentation, or like me, you may have broken capillaries around the nose area, this covers it up. I didn't even go around my nose today with concealer. Now what's funny is the first time I tried this, it was before work in the morning, and I called my husband and I said, look at my skin, look, it looks great. I've never once done that in all my years. And the reason was I just felt like this looked beautiful on my skin. Now I love the pump and it comes out beautifully. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. I used the BK Beauty 101 brush to apply it today. You could apply it with a sponge also. I'm gonna start trying it a lot of different ways, maybe with a little oil in it to see how that works. But right now I'm just wearing the foundation alone, and I think it gives amazing coverage. Another issue as we age is darkness under the eyes. Even if you don't have dark circles, sometimes just the way our eyes are set, you sort of get a shadow under the eyes. I really don't have dark circles, but sometimes with my deep set eyes, I feel like there's shadows under the eyes and I need some brightening. So I have two very affordable brighteners that I love even better than the Becca. And this is the Milani Supercharged. Now this comes out as a liquid and just blends so easily. They don't have a doe foot applicator on it. It's a squeeze tube. And I just love the brightness of it. Now this comes in a couple of shades. My favorite is the Pink Rose, the 101. I also have it in the Peach, but I feel that doesn't brighten my under eyes as well. Now another one I love that's so affordable is from Ulta Beauty. This is their color corrector. Most days I only wear this. I don't feel the need with what I'm looking for to put a concealer on top of it. But if you had very dark circles, you might want to put on something like this, let it dry down, and then go on top with a concealer. But what I love about the Ulta so much and the Milani is they're just like super thin, but look at that pigmentation. It's just fantastic. Very affordable, and will get rid of that dark under eye. Speaking of concealer, one of the products I get asked the most about is concealers. Do I have one that's not going to cake, get in the fine lines under the eyes? That could be our most problematic area, at least for me it has been, is my under eyes. So what I love is the one I've been talking so much about, raving about, from Ulta Beauty. It's their Youthful Glow Concealer. This has such a nice thin consistency. It's not too thick. yet gives coverage. It's got this doe foot applicator. I just go in the inner corner, outer corner, and sort of blend it all down to where it's covering anything I need to cover under the eyes. Now another one I'm in love with is from NYX. This is their Bear With Me Concealer Serum. It is like a serum. It blends like you've put some oil into it already, so I think it's perfect for a mature eye. I love this. I've even had days where I tried this as my foundation. I just sort of put it on areas I needed to conceal, blended it out with a brush, and got nice coverage. So I am a fan of both of these. Let's talk about oil. Not all of us have dry skin at our age. There are plenty of women over the age of 50 who have a lot of oil in the T-zone. One of the best products I found is this roller from Revlon. This is a little volcano roller, and you just take it and roll right over the areas that have the oil. And you can actually see the oil on the ball. I like to roll it here on the chin, across the nose, in the T-zone here, and it just takes that oil away. This is perfect for your purse. You can just put this in your makeup bag, and if you're at work or you're out and about and you see you're getting shiny, instead of putting powder on, you can get this out, and in a second that oil will be gone. Powder can be very problematic too. I have found some powders that make my skin look 20 years older. One powder that I've consistently used that I love is the No.7. This is a translucent powder. The minute it goes on your skin, it just sort of sinks in, it takes away the shine, it blurs pores. It is absolutely amazing. Now I love to use a little puff that I found on Amazon. It's called the Blendiful. It's in the shape of a heart, it's so cute. And you just press the powder into the skin and it will sink right in. You won't need to do any swirling or any of that. It will take away all the shine, make your makeup last, and blur your pores. As we age, many of us notice that our pores look a little enlarged, and then of course we have fine lines, so a primer is something we're interested in for filling that in. I found that primers that are like moisturizers, I might as well just use my moisturizer, that I get the most benefits from a primer with silicone, because what I'm looking for is basically spackle. So I like this one from Milani, their no pore zone. This is amazing. It's as good as some I've tried that are over double the price. It goes under the skin beautifully, it lasts all day, and it definitely fills in my pores and fine lines. Now, if you're looking for a primer that's not necessarily going to fill in your pores, but you're worried about your makeup lasting, you're going to an event where you're saying, I really want this makeup to last a long time, I love the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f. This has been great. It has a little bit of tackiness to it, so that when you put your foundation on, it really locks it down. So if you have a foundation that you find looks great in the morning, but by afternoon it's not really there anymore, then I would suggest trying this one from e.l.f. If you're looking to have more definition in the cheekbones and the jawline, then I think you can't really beat these putty bronzers. I love a cream bronzer. This one from e.l.f. is so affordable. Now what I found about this one, it works just as great as some that are high-end, but it doesn't last as long. So recently I tried out this one from Fenty. I love it. This is longer lasting. It blends so easily. What I did is I took one of my makeup brushes, went right here in the cheek area, and instead of going this way, what I do is I go up. So I almost blend it right up onto the bone, and I don't do it heavy. You know, I'm sort of just dragging the product up, and then I'm going to go over it with blush. But I love this for like the hairline, for defining the jaw. I put it here, I put it here in the cleft, here in my chin, all down here, and then I like bringing it onto the neck. That's another thing we don't really think about. A lot of us feel like, oh my gosh, the skin under here is a little looser. We think about the skincare we can put on it, but we don't think much about disguising it with makeup. So if you just get some bronzer on a brush and go down here, you get more of that tan look, and it disguises loose skin. One issue that we deal with as we get older, I feel, is skin issues with rosacea, with redness. We just deal with these things more than maybe we did when we were younger. A couple of years ago, I broke out with rosacea, and it was bad. My whole face was pretty much covered at one point, and I found out that it was an allergy to dairy. Well, even after the bumps went away and I stopped and got off of dairy, my skin was super sensitive, and still I had redness. I tried a couple of other products, but they just didn't work as well as this. Now, my daughter was having some sensitivity recently and was really struggling with some breakouts and redness. She went on this and she said life-changing. The redness instantly started going away. Or it didn't, her face wasn't hurting. At the time when I broke out with all of that, not only was it horrible to look at and deal with, but it was very painful. I couldn't even touch a makeup brush to my face without it hurting. That's how sensitive my skin was. After I went on this from La Roche-Posay, it was amazing. I could start using things on my face. My face wasn't hurting, the redness diminished. So I am really sold on this product. Let's talk about the under eyes. As I said, that's one of our trickiest areas. I have found that caffeine works great for plumping my fine lines and for helping with any puffiness. I don't get much puffiness anymore because of the Gua Sha tool. I just think I use it all the time. It keeps that at bay. But I recently bought this and I'm loving it. It's called the Fix Emergency Eye Mask from Versed. This goes on like a cream. You put a pea-size amount, tap it in the areas where you're wanting to get rid of puffiness and lines, and it does. Now they say to wipe away the product like 10 minutes later, take a tissue and get off any extra like you would if you were putting a mask on. But I have found that there's not much to wipe away. It really sinks in and plumps up those fine lines. Another product that I've used for several years for fine lines is this green coffee bean oil. Again, this is loaded with caffeine. I like to use this, even put a tiny amount and use my Gua Sha tool under the eye. That really helps with getting that into the skin. But this has been a long time favorite. Another product I love for my fine lines in the under eye area is the eye cream I've mentioned so many times, the Sukoyaka Suhada. This is a urea eye cream. Beautiful. From day one, I felt like I noticed a difference, that my fine lines were smoother, they weren't as pronounced. It's amazing. I don't know what else to say. This is one of the eye creams that I noticed the biggest difference quickly. Some of them I have noticed differences, but it's taken a long time till I feel it kicks in. This for me kicked in quick and has really been helpful. I've been dermaplaning or shaving my face for several years now. I love it because it exfoliates the skin. It actually helps with my fine lines because my skin looks so much better afterwards. And it just gives a very smooth texture to my face. So when I apply makeup, I feel it looks a lot better. And, you know, you will get some facial hair over the lip too. Most of us do if we're over 50. So the problem with it is when I shave my face with the typical, say, Schick razor like I've used for a long time, I get a lot of irritation on my skin, and the most I can do that night is maybe put moisturizer on. Amazon recently sent me this to try out from Finishing Touch, and I love it. The reason I love it is because of the way it's made, there's no irritation. I'm all about that. I can put on any skincare afterwards and I have no irritation, even with the skincare. And so this has a little light on it. I just go right over very gently. I do my whole face. I even do my forehead. And that takes off any little peach fuzz that I have. I tend to see that I get more peach fuzz along the jawline. So I think with that hair gone, it just makes my face look a lot smoother. I even love it over the lips because it sort of exfoliates the area where lip lines are. So I just sort of pull in my lips and go right over there, go around the lip, get anything off there, and it gives those lip lines a better look. As we age, most of us have lip lines. The lines on the actual lip get a little deeper, then we get the lines that are the creeping lines above the lips and beneath, where lipstick can get into and cause a real problem. So I have found having a lip care routine is really important. Now, one product that I bought because so many of you recommended again is the Sarah Happ products. Now, this is her exfoliant here. I love it. It smells amazing. It tastes, if you do get it in your mouth, it tastes like sugar. It tastes really sweet. And I love using it. Now, of course, you can do a DIY. I've done that before where I take brown sugar and honey and use that. But what I love about this is it's just good to go. Sometimes I don't have time to mess with all those things. I just want a product that's really going to work and be done out the door. So I love this. Now, one product I've talked about that I love so much, I never thought I would get this much enjoyment out of, is her clay mask. You put this on, you leave it on for about 10 minutes, and then you just wipe it off. Boy, do your lips feel smooth. It plumps up those lip lines. It leaves sort of like a smooth coating on the lips. but it just makes them feel so good and look better. It actually works to improve the look of my lips. Now, when I'm done, I do love Sarah Happ's different lip masks that she has, but if you're looking for something more affordable, my Beauty Hacks lip mask, I just can't beat it. I can't beat it for the price and what you get out of it. It really plumps the lips, makes them look nice and full, and is such a great value. Now, another exfoliator I've used for a long time are these little plastic sticks. You can go over the lip. All you have to do is wet your lip. You don't even have to put product on. So you just wet the lip and just go over them. It's got two sides, one side that's nubbier, and this side I like that has little tiny exfoliators, but you just go over the lips. It keeps them smooth. It's a lot more gentle than a toothbrush. I know a lot of people use those. I've used them in the past, but I much prefer this. One thing I wanted to add about this silicone exfoliator, I found it works great around the eye area because this side of it is so gentle. I can go on the outer corner around here, and it's like those bigger silicone brushes, but this allows you to get into those corners. Now, I also like going above the lip line, underneath the lip line, and around the nose. If you have any blackheads or pores that are enlarged there, I have a little bit of enlarged pores around the nose. This is a great way to clean that area. Now, if you're looking to plump your lips, one of the best products I've found is this from Dollface. This is new to me. I've never used any product from Dollface, and I was really impressed. Now this has, it doesn't have like a doe foot. It just comes out of the tube here. Put it on. The lips look so plump, so beautiful. I'm very impressed with this for plumping the lips. Now, as far as those lip lines, when we put on lipstick, it is so easy for our lipstick to creep into fine lines that run above, north, or going south from the lip. So I love a clear lip liner if I'm not using a regular lip liner with color in it. And this also works, even if I use one with color, you can sort of, it's like a little bit waxy, so you can go in the lines and sort of draw in and pat it in, and you have your own little bit of spackle. If you're not a lip liner fan, then I highly recommend a clear lip liner. I love long-wearing products, especially that don't dry out my lips. And it's been years since I've tried these from Benefit. They're little tints. They used to have it like a nail polish bottle, and the applicator was a brush, just like it is in nail polish. But now they've changed it. It has a little wand, and I bought one to try, actually the one I'm wearing right now, which is Love Tint. I wanted to see how it would last in a full school day, if I could get away with putting it on in the morning and having it last until I get home. It's amazing. So I was so impressed with this one that I went back and bought Play Tint, another beautiful shade. Now, if you look at it, I was trying out one from Ulta, from their line. I wanted to see, because that one is $9. These are around, I think, around $18, if it would be as good. But you know what I noticed is that the Ulta one was half the amount of product as what is in this. So if you double the cost, you're paying the same as you would for the Benefit. Now, I realize you're not having to shell out $18 for the Ulta, but what I've seen so far, and I'm going to test them a little more, these are more pigmented than the Ulta. Those have more of a water texture, where this one, as you can see from what I'm wearing on my lips, I just went over it once and I got this amount of pigmentation out of it. So in this case, I think it's worth paying a little more for this product because of the great results. Now, if you are looking for a more affordable lip stain, I love this one from Revlon. I have tried so many of these shades and they're all beautiful. They're very long lasting. This is from their Color Stay Satin Ink line. So pretty. So if you don't have it in your budget to buy the Benefit, then I would definitely recommend going with the Revlon. Nails. Nails can be so problematic. As we get older, some of us struggle with peeling nails, breaking nails, all of that. Well, I have two products I'm really loving. One is a longtime favorite. It's the Nail Aid. This is their Keratin 3-Day Growth. This makes your nails grow better, makes them so strong. I like using it as a base and top coat. And this is one you're supposed to reapply every few days. Sometimes I forget and I don't do it, and I still notice a big difference. There are times when I don't wear other polish, I just want to clear, and this is what I use. Now, another one that's new to me is this one from Essie, and it's their Hard to Resist. This gives you a pink tone to your nails. So your nails are still clear, but they have a pink cast to them. I really like this if you're wanting to not mess with worrying about chips on your nails and you want them to be stronger, then I really love this from Essie. Let's talk about the body. Oh boy, our body skin can be very tricky as we age. We get sagging skin, crepiness. So let me show you the plan I'm sort of using right now. First off, when I'm in the shower, I've been using the exfoliant gloves that I've been telling you about. I bought the light exfoliation to start. I love it. It feels like somebody lightly rubbing over your arms. So if your skin is thin, sensitive, then I would recommend the light gloves. Now these are the medium. I would say these are great for your feet, or if your skin is a little bit stronger. Mine's sort of on the thin side, so I really like using the light gloves on my skin so that I don't get irritation. Now, as far as building that collagen, getting rid of that crepiness, I've talked recently about this product I bought from Versed. Their Firm Ground Retinol Body Lotion. Oh my gosh, it has made my skin look great already. And I'm starting to see, like, even a dark spot that I had on my hand that I've had for years is starting to fade. I love this. I keep it in the shower. I just put it on right after the shower. Now, my friend Anne from Beauty by Anne Marie recently recommended this from O'Keeffe's. This is their Skin Repair Body Cream. This is amazing. If you have super dry skin, I highly recommend this. It is just great. They say that it gives you 48 hours of relief. I agree. When I put this on my legs, if you have any itchiness or irritation, this takes care of it. It does the job. Now, I also bought the Healthy Feet. Now, what I like about this, it says softer feet in one use, I agree, and it also has a little bit of peppermint to it where you feel like your feet feel warm, that feeling of warmth, but not burning. It feels like something they would put on your feet at a day spa after you've had your pedicure. So I really like it. It says for extremely dry, cracked feet. My feet are not dry and cracked because I use my foot file I've talked about. I put cream on them pretty much every day, and I wear socks to bed with the cream on. But I did notice a difference with this. My feet felt super soft, so I think it's a great foot cream. Another product that I'm loving that's a moisturizer is this from Aveeno. I purchased this because I was just curious. I've used several of their products and love them so much, and this whole package here looked interesting to me. And this is such a beautiful cream. I've used it several times now. A little goes a long way. It does have a little slight fragrance to it, but it disappears quickly. What I love, I guess, about Aveeno is the spring water. That's like their first ingredient. I like the feel of that spring water in the product. I've used at least 5 different products of theirs. Every one that I've used, I've loved, and I love this one for hydrating the skin. Everything that I've talked about today is listed beneath the video. If you just click the show more or the down arrow, all the products come up. I want to thank you so much for supporting my store, my Amazon store, and my links, because that's what's keeping my channel going. So I appreciate you so much for doing that. Make sure you look at the first pinned comment, because that's where the winner is for last week's giveaway. This week, I'm going to give away another Gua Sha tool because I'm so sold on this. I love the way it makes me feel. It's also very relaxing. In addition to all the skincare benefits, I think it's very calming, and it's great for our just relaxation and self-care. Now, I would love for you to join me on my lives. Every Wednesday, I do a live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We have one big makeup party, and I share all kinds of affordable products that I'm testing out for you so I can share with you how they work. So make sure to join me there. If you'd like to be entered in the giveaway, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I would love it if you would give the video a like if you found this helpful. And also, leave a comment. What was your favorite product from the video? Or do you have a problem that I didn't mention you'd like me to look for a solution for? I hope you'll have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon.